From PJ Tucker's long-traveled career to George Hill still seeking his first NBA championship, and LeBron James still trying to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Here's a list of all the NBA stars who hung on a bit too long, starting with the one and only George Hill.
Jared Dudley just picked Eric Bledsoe, and George Hill just blocked.
The 36-year-old has been in the NBA for 15 years, but he still doesn't have a championship ring. And a lot of people say that the reason he hasn't won is because he hasn't tried. I mean, if you think about it, the guy has been on playoff teams for 13 years, even though he started his career with the San Antonio Spurs, who have the best win percentage of any NBA team. But it looks like this season might be a bit different for him. Hill, who is now in his second stint with Milwaukee, could win another trophy, and by now, I think all his fans would be dying to see that. This reminds me of the player who's among the NBA's eldest, Kyle Lowry.
Game clock, shot clock. Kyle. What a move by North Phillies.
Born in 1986, the 36-year-old is thought to be one of the oldest players still in the NBA. He has been an All-Star 6 times and has played for 4 different teams. Yet, unlike many other people on this list, this guy already has a ring. He won the NBA Finals with Toronto in 2019. And even though this is going to be his 17th season in the NBA, he still starts every game for the Miami Heat. Although this next guy might have beaten him on that. Yes, sir, I'm talking about Paul Millsap.
Raja Bell's entry pass deflected by Bosh, taken by Millsap for the score.
He was picked in the second round in 2006, and in his 16-year career, he has done more than anyone expected. His first 7 years with the Utah Jazz were good and helped him become a starting forward. But when he signed with the Atlanta Hawks in 2013, let's just say everything changed after that. He was an all-star every year he played for the Hawks, and over 4 seasons, he averaged 17.4 points and 8.3 rebounds. Pretty crazy, right? Then, of course, his rise with the Hawks paid off when he signed a 3-year, $90 million deal with the Denver Nuggets in 2017. But sadly, he never had the same success in Denver, where he played a supporting role for 4 years. In 2021, he played for both the Brooklyn Nets and the Sixers because he was part of the deal to trade Ben Simmons for James Harden. But the man is now a free agent. This reminds me, let's talk about the player whose long-traveled career continues, PJ Tucker, currently in his 12th season.
Dodge one. Harris taking Tucker to the box, leads in. Tucker.
The man has an amazing story about what it's like to not be able to play professional basketball. Tucker was chosen with the 5th pick in the second round of the 2006 NBA draft. He then played for 5 years in Israel, Ukraine, Germany, and Italy for the next few years. After that, the 37-year-old signed a deal to play in the NBA again with the Phoenix Suns in 2012. He was back with the Raptors for a short time before going to the Houston Rockets. He's played for a lot of different teams, starting with the Bucks and now the Heat. But in 2021, he won an NBA title with the Milwaukee Bucks. Although he's currently playing for the 76ers, the former Texas Longhorns player is one of the oldest active players in the NBA, just like the one and only LeBron James.
Out to James with a new shot clock. Oh, great no-look to Zizic, who puts it home.
How about that?
I think everyone knows that he keeps adding to his list of accomplishments as one of the best players of all time. And at the same time, he keeps moving up the list of the oldest NBA players. James has done a lot of great things in his 19 NBA seasons. He's made 18 All-Star teams, 18 All-NBA teams, 6 All-Defensive teams, won 4 MVP awards, won 4 championships, and won 4 Finals MVP awards. Jeez, what more does he want? It looks like King James's only goal these days is to win more championships. In 1,366 regular season games over 19 years with the Cavaliers, Heat, and Lakers, he's averaged 27.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.4 assists. He's also played in 266 postseason games, and that's more than any other player in the history of the league. Need I remind you, the player is already 38, and he might need to start taking it easy during the regular season to keep his body in good shape. Speaking of, no one expected this next guy to even be on this list. You guessed it right, I'm talking about Carmelo Anthony.
This one down.
That's going to be short, taken by LeBron. The outlet goes to Carmelo. He's going to fire. Got it!
He was picked in the 2003 draft, which was full of great players, and played his first 14 seasons with the Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks. The now 38-year-old joined the Houston Rockets in 2018 after a disappointing 2017-18 season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He only played 10 games with the Rockets before they asked him not to come back, and it seemed like he was kicked out of the league. But his reputation and name have been rebuilt thanks to an uncertain contract with the Portland Trail Blazers for 2019. They took a chance on him, and since then he's become a reliable role player, and his value has gone up. So it looks like so far the Brooklyn man has been on 12 All-Star teams and will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And other than that, he averaged 13.3 points per game off the bench for the Los Angeles Lakers last season, showing that he can still contribute. But you should also know that he's still a free agent. This brings me to the next NBA star player who's hung on too long, Andre Iguodala. This season he's playing for the Golden State Warriors for the 19th and last time, after which he will then retire for good. The 39-year-old has had a great career with all the qualities of a star. He's made $170 million throughout his career. The NBA Finals 2015 MVP started his NBA career in 2004 with the Philadelphia 76ers, where he played for 8 seasons. After that, he spent 1 season with the Denver Nuggets and 7 seasons with the Warriors. Iggy has been a champion 3 times, an all-defense player twice, and an all-star once. During 1,223 regular season games, he's averaged 11.4 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. He's got 3 NBA championship rings, all of which he won with the Golden State Warriors. And in his last year with Philadelphia, 2011 to 2012, he also made the All-Star team. This tells you how he's still a threat to his opponents, because he can dribble the ball well and plays great defense. So, last but not least, you're probably wondering who's the oldest player in the league as of now. Well, it's none other than Udonis Haslem. It's insane that he's still playing for the Miami Heat. He's known for being a tough guy on the team's Big Three in the early 2010s, and since he signed with Miami as an undrafted free agent in 2003, he's been there longer than any other player in the team's history. The 42-year-old has only played in 58 games in the last 6 years, and at this point in his career, he's mostly an assistant coach. Last season, he played in 13 games and scored 32 points and got 15 fouls in a total of 83 minutes. And the man never fails to impress. So guys, these were all of the NBA stars who have hung out a bit too long. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.